वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः Namo Namaha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining. We have been covering the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is named as Sannyasa Yoga. Sannyasa Yoga. Earlier this week we had Akshaya Tritiya. Akshaya Tritiya celebrated across India, and mainly people are focusing that day for buying jewelry, buying gold. Gold companies promote their market their products such that Akshaya Tritiya you have to buy at least 1 gram of gold. It has become a commercial venture. In Mahabharata there is a story behind Akshaya Tritiya. Akshaya Tritiya, on Akshaya Tritiya day, Vedavyasa started dictating Mahabharata. Ganesha, Lord Ganesha started documenting that one. That is the Akshaya Tritiya, the beginning of Akshaya Tritiya. And another one, when Pandavas were exiled into the forest, they lost the dice game. I will touch upon the dice game in one of the classes. And they lost everything, so they were exiled into the 12 years of exile, 12 years of exile, and the 13th year in incognito. 13 years they were shunted out, and while they set out to leave the Hastinapura, entire capital, that all noble people, they started following them. All rishis and sadhus started following them. They said, we do not wish to stay where Dharmaraja is not there, where the righteousness is not there. We would not wish to be here. They decided to follow. Dharmaraja said, we 5 people, we are going, 5 brothers and Draupadi, we are going 6 of us. We ourselves will find it hard to maintain ourselves. We may not have enough to feed ourselves. The thousands of people are following me, thousands of sadhus. How can I maintain you? I am not able to maintain, please stay back. And when they started, they said, we will manage our own livelihood. You need not have to worry. The Duryodhana threatened. If entire country, everyone is leaving, nobody is there in Hastinapura, then he said, if anyone is leaving, I will confiscate your property and it won't be returned to you. He threatened. Many citizens, they, in the fear of that one, they stayed back. Though they wanted to follow Dharmaraja, they stayed back because of the threat from Duryodhana. But still, many good people, they followed. Dhaumya Acharya, he said not to worry, I will teach you a mantra. He taught him a Surya mantra, Surya Upadesha, he gave it to Dharmaraja. you say, do the sadhana on the Surya mantra, your problem will be solved. He initiated him the Surya mantra. And the Surya Bhagavan, he appeared in front of Dharmaraja, and Surya Bhagavan, he offered him a patra, a vessel. He gave it to him. You have this one, and whatever you wish to have, you say, it will prepare multi-course meal. Multi-course meal will be prepared, and quantity unlimited. Whatever number of guests are there, it will be prepared, and until that day vessel is cleaned. Once it is cleaned, it won't give any more food. So it gave the vessel. With that one, the Pandavas were leading a life. They did not feel any difference between the royal food and the living in the forest. They had abundance. Every day, the Draupadi was in charge of the kitchen. She used to think of the menu and say it in front of the Akshaya Patra. In front of that one, it used to prepare all the meals. That Akshaya Patra was given on the day of Akshaya Tritiya. It was given on the day of Akshaya Tritiya. That was the significance. Kshaya means destruction. Akshaya means no destruction, abundance. Akshaya Tritiya, that is the significance of that one. Pandavas, though they were shunted to the forest, they lived comfortably. They did not notice any difference from outside. Duryodhana was thinking the Pandavas were suffering, but it says those who are devoted to the Lord, they never will suffer. Wherever they go, their needs are taken care of. Their needs are taken care of. That is the example of the Pandavas' life. Though they went there, they had abundance in their life. They never felt shortage in life. That is the Akshaya Patra. All the rishis, around thousands of rishis, they were fed sumptuously every day. And along with that one, Yudhishthira used to ask for a dakshina. After serving the meal, you have to give the dakshina. He will be asking for a gold coin also. He used to give a gold coin donation to all rishis. So luxuriously he was passing his days in the forest. Once Duryodhana, he heard about Pandavas were living comfortably with so many rishis. He could not tolerate this one. I thought I will make them suffer. They are leading a life better than in the palace life. And once Durvasa Rishi, in incarnation of Lord Shiva, and in Atri and Anusuya, they had 3 children. They prayed to the Lord, saying that I need children like you. That they prayed to Shiva, Brahma and Vishnu. We want children like you. They said the children like us, not like us. We ourselves will be born from Shiva, born Durvasa, and from Lord Vishnu, born Dattatreya, from Brahma, Indra, the moon, Chandra was born. These 3, the Lord in the moon, the presiding deity is Chandra. Durvasa, incarnation of Shiva, known for his anger, short-tempered person. Once he went, Durvasa Rishi blessed Kunti with the mantra. Another story, when he came along with thousands of retinues, he came. Sometimes he will come in the middle of the night. He will say, I want food. and no consideration for others. I am hungry, prepare. And if anyone refuses, he will utter a curse. And sometimes he will say, I am very hungry. Once food is prepared, he will say, sorry, I am not hungry. And he will change his mind at will. And he went to Duryodhana and stayed with Duryodhana for months, and he served him, made sure that everything is done diligently. And at the end, Durvasa said, I am very pleased with your service you rendered. What can I give to you? Duryodhana, being crooked, he said, please bless me with one. Please go with your thousands of people to Pandavas. Go to the place where Pandavas are living in the forest. Go there in the evening after they finish their meal. Please go there and take their hospitality. That is the only blessing I am seeking. And he did not. The wicked people that in Bhagavad Gita also talks about, they are more concerned about others' distraction rather than their welfare. That is the tamasic gun. And Durvasa decided, he went, okay, I will fulfill your desire. They went to the Pandavas' place in the evening. The Draupadi had already washed the utensils. And Yudhishthira, without realizing, he, as soon as they came, he said, please come and take our hospitality. He did not have a concern for the kitchen, and because it was not his portfolio. He said, please come and take our hospitality, and please take the bath and come. The river is close by. So they said, okay, we'll take the bath and come. And Yudhishthira said, prepare the food. Guests are here, thousands of people. Durvasa, we can't afford to make him angry, otherwise he will curse us. So the Draupadi said, why did you commit? Don't you know we already washed the vessel? We can't get anything. Then they hit the panic button. Draupadi did not know what to do. She started praying Lord Shri Krishna, praying to Lord Shri Krishna, you alone can protect. We are already in the forest. If he comes and Durvasa comes and curses us further, we can't take more, we are not in a position to take on more problem in our life. We have already been exiled. Please protect. And the moment she was praying, Lord Krishna appeared and told Draupadi that I perchance happened to come here. I am very hungry. Please feed me. Draupadi said, that is why I called you. We don't have any food. And guests are, thousands of guests are there. Now you are also asking for food. Sri Krishna said that I don't know, I am very hungry. You say there is no food, give me the Akshaya Patra. And he looked around and there was a small grain was sticking in that vessel. Draupadi had not washed the vessel properly. And he partook that grain and he said, I am so full. I am satisfied, Draupadi, thank you very much. And saying so, he left. And at that time, the Durvasa who was taking the bath and his team, they felt bloated stomach. They felt the stomach had bloated, no hunger and vomiting sensation, stomach full. They said, we made a promise to Pandavas, if we do go there and do not partake the food, Bhima will crush us. Let us quietly disappear from here. Saying so, Durvasa and his retinues, they, instead of coming this way, they crossed the river and went on the other side. This Akshaya Patra is Akshaya, Tritiya, the message of this one, when you have abundance in your life, when you have the grace of the Lord, no shortcoming will happen. And that message I was conveying in the children's yoga class also, kids class, quite a few kids, our class, yoga class was full last week also. I asked them to do the Gayatri mantra and offer water every day as a token of the gratitude to sun. When you do that one, you won't have any shortages in our life. That one, I taught that one to the children, and I will continue to inspire our children that way, that I will teach them the Surya mantra so that they won't have any scarcity, shortages in life. Repeat after me. Arjuna Sanyasam karmanam Krishna Punar yogancha sanshasi Yat Shreya yetayorekam Tanme bruhi sunischitam Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Arjuna's question, whether I should withdraw or I should engage. Though according to him, both are contradictory statements. In the previous chapter, Sri Krishna, he said, Uttishta, yoga matisto uttishta bharata. He talked about withdrawal and get up and act. He talked both, and Arjuna was confused whether to withdraw or engage. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sanyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreyasa Kara Ubo Tayostu Karma Sanyasat Karma Yogo Vishishyate. Sannyasa karma yogascha, withdrawal, the sannyasa yoga and withdrawal. If you know how to withdrawal and engaged in karma yoga, both paths takes to the highest. Both are intertwined, and tayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo vinishyate. And but Shri Krishna says, alone withdrawal without engaging karma yoga, selfless action is far superior than just withdrawal. Jneyasa nitya sannyasi yonadveshtina kankshati nirdvandvo hi mahabhaho Sukam bandha pramuchyate Sankhya yogo pratak bhala Pravadanti na panditaha Ekamapya stita samyak Ubayo vindate palam. The childish people, they talk withdrawal is is not important, only engaging is better. Sankhya yogo pratak bala na pravadanti na panditaha. Those two, Sankhya withdrawal and engaging, they are not at all connected. But the knowers, they don't say this way. They are ekamapya stita. Since they are intertwined together, if you are connected in one, it will lead to the other. Ubayo vindate palam. Yat sankhe prapyate sthanam. Tad yogairapi gamyate. Ekam sankyam cha yogam cha. Yapashyati sapashyati. Yat sankhe prapyate sthanam. Through the sannyasa yoga, the height you reach, The same height you will reach through karma yoga also. Ekam Sankyam, one who sees they both paths are intertwined, are complementary to each other, really sees. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkam aptu upayogatah yoga yukto munir brahma na achirena digacchati. The sannyasa, withdrawal it is also called as Vairagya. Without Vairagya, you can't get the higher things in your life. If you want to acquire something, you should know how to withdraw, then only you can get the higher things. If you go to, I will touch upon this concept tomorrow again in the class. If you go to the elderly people, the sadhus, they bless with, if you go to a priest, they will they will bless with putra pautra aishwarya praptirastu. May you have plenty of children, may you have plenty of property, plenty of money, plenty of car. They will bless that one. But when you go to a Mahatmas, they will bless jnana bhakti vairagya siddhirastu. They bless with may you get good knowledge, good devotion, and may you get Vairagya to the trivial things. You cannot get a jnana and bhakti if there is no Vairagya. If you are so attached to the trivial things, you can't get the higher things. So, in your life, Vairagya is important, able to withdraw unrelated things in my life. If I am able to do, then only I can get higher things in our life. That is how the sadhus bless, the wise people bless. You need to have Vairagya in our life. If you have no Vairagya, only wanting, there is 70 years, still I am busy partying, I want to have a luxury life. There is no Vairagya, then what is the question of jnana and bhakti? There is no jnana and bhakti. Vairagya has to be donned. And this concept I will elaborate tomorrow. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkam aptu upayogatah yoga yukto munir brahma na chirena digacchati yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyah sarva bhutatma kurvan napina lipyate. Karma yoga, through doing the selfless action, Sri Krishna stresses on doing the selfless action. Why selfless action is required? Why alone sannyasa yoga, withdrawal alone is not enough. If I withdraw, I talked about the last class also, person tend to become dull in life. No motivation in the life, and that person withdraws, becomes uninspiring person. Shri Krishna says, along with your withdrawing from the trivial things, unrelated things, you should know how to engage yourself in the selfless action. Yoga yukto, why selfless action? Doing the selfless action, the service, reaching out to others, helps in decluttering your mind, purifies your mind. Vishuddhatma, Vijitatma helps in mastering your mind. Not only the purifying helps in mastering your mind, Jitendriyaha will have the control over the senses. You will get a control over your senses. And you are doing the karma yoga, selfless action, not to please anyone. Sarva bhutatma bhutatma. Karma yoga you are doing to please the Lord, indweller of all, who pervades everywhere. Who pervades everywhere. Kurvannapi, by engaging that way, though engaged, that person is not tainted. That person is not tainted. Today, one person called from America is one of the directors of a corporate world, a big company, corporate. He said he is finding a blank in his life. He finds no purpose in the life, and the action, whatever he is doing, the shareholders, board of directors are never happy. And I am working so hard, board of directors are not happy. I lost the purpose in life. There is no happiness in life. And this is what happens if I do not know how to do the karma yoga. That is why that many corporate heads also, they go into depression, go into suicidal tendency. The karma yoga is very important. You should know, not working. He was saying that gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning and sleeps at 11 o'clock at night, and 365 days, sometimes no sleep. Working 24 hours is not karma yoga. The art of work, Sri Krishna is talking about. It is a must. It liberates you, declutters your mind, finds purifies your mind, gets the control over your senses. You will conquer the mind. You won't be talking like I lost the plot of my life. I won't be talking about that one. I may be a corporate head, but if I was saying I lost the purpose in my life, so I haven't mastered the mind. Yoga, Sri Krishna's message, it's a universal message. You have to master. The success in your life is not measured on how high you scaled in your corporate world or how much money you have made. Success is measured based on is your mind is calm. Have you conquered the mind? Naiva kinchit karomiti. Yukto manyeta tattvavit. Pashyan shrunvan sprishan jigran. Ashnan gachan swapan shwasan. Pralapan visrijan grinhan. Unmishan nimishan napi. Indriyani indriyarteshu. Vartanta iti dharayan. Naiva kinchit, you can't do anything. The concept of the selfless action, Sri Krishna says, first you understand selfless action, you are not doing anything. You can't do anything. Even the basic things like seeing, pashyan or hearing, sprishan, feeling, jigran, smelling, shwasan, breathing, walking, swapan, sleeping, shwasan, ashnan is eating, and swapan is sleeping, pralapan talking, visrijan excreting, gridnan holding, nimishan closing the eyes, unmishan opening the eyes. Nothing is in your control. It happens because of somebody else. Indriyani indriyarteshu vartanta iti dharayan. It all, the bodily function works according to the will of somebody beyond me. The food I have eaten, I can't say that I am digesting now. It digests because of the Vaishwanara Agni. Even digestion is not in my control. Nothing is in my control. Brahmanyadaya karmani. Sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. Lipyate nasapapena. Padmapatra ivambhasa. Brahmanyadaya, your selfless action, you offer it to the Supreme Lord. Adhaya, offer it to Him without any attachment. Sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. Not claiming that I did that one. You are not doing anything, Shri Krishna already says. Nothing you can do according to your own wish. It is not in your control. Offer it the result. Lipyate, be like water drop on the lotus leaf, and not to take the credit or discredit for your action. Be unattached like the water drop on the blade of on the lotus leaf. Kayena manasa buddhya Kevalairindriyairapi Yoginah karma kurvanti Sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. Kayena manasa, you are doing the selfless action, karma yoga. Kaya manasa buddhi Kevalairindriyairapi. Though the engaged through the body, mind, intellect and the senses, yogi does all the actions, not running away, not disowning the responsibilities, engages oneself, himself or herself, sangam tyaktva. Why? And without attachment, atma shuddhaye, for inner purification. Why one is doing? For purifying oneself. Because if you are not doing anything, if you are not doing the karma yoga, like at home, if you are not cleaning the house, dust starts accumulating. If you are not doing the karma yoga, mind starts getting sluggish and impure. To keep it shiny, keep the mind very we keep our utensils or our car shiny by polishing every day, every week. Shri Krishna says you have to keep your mind also sharp and clean by engaging yourself in karma yoga. Yukta karma pala sangam Shanti apnoti naishtikim Ayukta kamakarena Pale sakto nibadhyate. By engaging yourself in karma yoga, you will attain, always engaged in karma yoga, you will attain the lasting happiness in you. One who is doing the work with a selfish motive feels helpless in life. Helpless, and not to say that I don't know how to do the selfless work. What I have to do, the world is full of opportunities. May not be the opportunities, job, the paid jobs, unpaid jobs, so much of jobs are there. In so many ways you can reach out to the community and serve them. Not to say I don't know what to do. This world is full of opportunity. You can reach out and serve the community. Not to say that I don't know what to do. World is full, and not to look for the paid jobs, unpaid jobs. So much of service you can do across the world. Every step of your life there is an opportunity to do the karma yoga. Sarva karmani manasa Sanyasyaste sukam vashi Navadvare pure dehi Naiva kurvan nakarayan. The sarva karmani manasa, the sannyasaste, all your endeavors, all your actions, mentally renounce it, saying that I am not doing, but still do everything. Not to claim the responsibility onto you. When you take the ownership onto you, you feel helpless. The best in you never comes out. Sannyasaste sukham vashi. Navadvare pure dehi, though dwelling in the body with 9 apertures, though engaged, na karayan. Though you are doing everything, you are not doing anything. Na kartrutvam na karmani. Lokasya srijate prabhu. Na karma pala samyogam. Svabhavastu pravartate. Na kartrutvam na karmani. The type of action you do or the result you get out of that one, Lord is not responsible. Your selfish motive, whatever you are doing, many people, Duryodhana said when asked, I know what is right and what is wrong. And I know, I have also learnt went to Gurukul, I have studied, I know what is right and what is wrong, but God in me propels me to do the adharma. He tells me to shunt Pandavas to the forest. He tells me inside, cheat them in the dice game. He tells me from inside all the adharmas. He says that he blames it on the God, whereas Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, I am confused. I am thy disciple. I don't know anything. Please enlighten me. Arjuna, when the student says, Duryodhana says, I know what is right, what is wrong. I will do what I want. That type of person attitude is there. No teacher can correct him. Whereas Arjuna, he said, I am thy disciple. Please enlighten me. For that person, teacher appears. Otherwise, Duryodhana type of mentality, I know what I am doing. No teacher can guide that person. And Shri Krishna says, I am not responsible for your selfish actions and the result of that one. Nadatte kasyachit papam. Nachaiva sukritim vibhuhu. Ajnanena avritam jnanam. Tena muhyanti jantavaha. Nadatte kasyachit papam. Lord is not giving a papa result, negative effect, or the positive outcome. Positive outcome, when something going good, we say, by God's grace, I got this one. I never, for the first time I purchased the lottery, by God's grace, I got $1 million. Or if I am getting a hard time, it's God is unkind to me. And Shri Krishna clears here. God is not responsible for the good outcome or bad outcome. Whatever was your karma, you reap accordingly. You sow right, you will get right yield. You sow all weeds, you will get weed as a result. And not to keep, the God is responsible. And in our life also, if something goes wrong, we keep blaming others. Because of that person, I am ruined. Because Shri Krishna says that nobody is responsible for ruining or this one. What you sow, you will reap accordingly. Always think good and positive. The outcome, though appear to be you go through a tough time, end result, like Pandavas experienced, the end result of the game is a victory. Jnanena tu tadajnanam. Yesham nashitam Tesha adityavat ajnanam. Prakashayati tatparam. When the ignorance gets melted down with the rising of the jnana, like rising of the sun breaks the darkness, heaviest of the darkness, it breaks the tesham prakashayati tat param. One gets enlightened to the reality. Tad buddhaya tadatmana sannishta tat parayanaha sannishta tat parayanaha gacchantya punaravrittim jnana nirdhuta kalmasha. Therefore, tad buddhaya, engage your intellect, engage manasa, atma, manasa, and all your senses, tat parayanaha, towards the highest. When you are doing the karma yoga, it's not a physical work. Engage your mind, engage your intellect with sarva bhavena, wholehearted approach should be there. And gacchantya, by doing that one, you are not shaken. Tat parayanaha, punaravritti, by doing that one karma yoga, gacchantya punaravrittim, jnana nirdhuta kalmashaham, you will get the knowledge unsullied with impurity. You will get the pure knowledge. Gacchantya, having got that knowledge, you won't slip down to the impurities again. Gacchantya punaravrittim, na punaravritti. And jnana nirdhuta kalmasha, you will elevate yourself to the realm of purity. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni chaiva shvapake cha pandita samadarshinaha. When you attain that pure state, the purity, elevate yourself to the pure state, vidya vinaya sampanne, the knowledge, one acquired jnana, nirdhuta, that knowledge, how that person, vidya, that person becomes down to earth. No haughtiness, no show off. It becomes, leads a very simple life, down to earth, vinaya, very polite, sampanne, that person gives the treats appropriately brahmana, noble, a cow or an elephant or a dog or a meat eater or a scholar. That person treats everyone accordingly, according to their merit. Not get confused what to do, that how to treat them. That person no more gets overwhelmed. That knowledge, when the pure state is there, that in the pure state one can differentiate between a sincere seeker and an artificial seeker. When you get that one, from the looking at the face, you can read the face. What type of the mental framework? How stable is your mind? That person knows. People may put up a makeup and say, pretend that they are a great devotee. This person and can read through them. Looking at them, you can't hide in front of that person. You cannot jnana, because elevated, that person can see through you. You can't hide that. That person may put up a makeup, pretend that great devotee. This person knows the reality. Ihaiva tairjita sargo yesham samye stitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te stitaha. Yehaiva tairjita sargo, in the creation, when born, yesham samye stitam manaha. Yehaiva tairjita sargo, yesham samye stitam manaha, nirdosham hi samam brahma, tasmad brahmani te stitaha. Ihaiva, one is not, when is come creation and dissolution. One is born here. That person elevate through the elevating the mind. The samam tasmat brahmani elevates oneself to the highest. It is possible through the selfless action. Many people, they say the karma yoga is far inferior to jnana yoga. Sri Krishna here says karma yoga is very important. Karma yoga you can do. Jnana nirduta, only with the knowledge you can do the karma yoga. Only with the vinaya. Vinaya means bhakti. Only with the bhakti you can do the karma yoga. You can't do a karma yoga without bhakti and without jnana. Shri Krishna says jnana, when the jnana has matured and bhakti has matured in you, the karma yoga dawns. It will elevate you to the highest. Na praharishyet priyam prapya.
Na praharishyet priyam prapya.
No dvijet prapya cha priyam.
No dvijet prapya cha priyam.
Sthira buddhi rasam mudo.
Sthira buddhi rasam mudo.
Brahma brahmani te brahmani stitaha.
Brahma vid brahmani stitaha.
Brahma vid brahmani stitaha.
Brahma vid brahmani stitaha.
Na praharishyet. When you elevate yourself, na praharishyet. Not get over elated. When things starts happening, whatever one desires things happens, that person doesn't get over elated. No dvijet prapya cha apriyam. When things doesn't go wrong, starts criticizing, blaming others. Mind is stable. Mind has stabilized. Sthira buddhi. Asam mudo brahmavid brahmani stitaha. Stable mind is a paramount for realizing the highest. Mind is manomaya kosha. Mind is a stable mind, is a must for a seeker of the highest. Many spiritual seekers, they get very emotional, and becoming emotion, they think they have reached highest. Whereas Sri Krishna says spiritual seeker must be level-headed, cannot be carried away by the things whatever people are talking about. Can analyze, see the things well, not a lopsided thinking. Many spiritual seekers, they become very emotional, and they get carried away, and they start blaming things. I got carried away because somebody cheated me. Spiritual sadhana is not for weak-minded people. You need to have a level-headed mind. Then only you can reach the highest. Bahya sparshe ashwasaktatma.
Bahya sparsha sasaktatma.
Vindatatmani yat sukham.
Vindatyatmani yat sukham.
Sabrahma yoga yuktatma.
Brahma yoga yuktatma.
Sukham akshaya ashnute.
Sukham akshaya ashnute.
In the beginning, I talked about Akshaya Tritiya, I talked about Sukham Akshaya. Akshaya means I talked about no Kshaya. I talked about 17 minutes. I talked about significance of Akshaya Tritiya. Akshaya, Sukham, one enjoys, revels within, not a time bound, unlimited happiness. One revels within. One enjoys unlimitedly from within. Fountain of joy, one starts experiencing from within. Bahya sparsha swa asaktatma. No longer keen on outer comforts. No longer keen on the outer comforts, because that person is keen on inner enrichment. For most of the population, they are keen on outer comforts, How, whether my sofa is matching the wall, my sofa is matching the dining table, they are only interested in outer matching, whereas the sadhaka goes for inner enrichment. Goes for Bahya Brahma Yoga Sukham Akshaya. That person enjoys the happiness unlimited from within. Yehi Sansparshaja Yo Bhoga.
Yehi Sansparshaja Bhoga.
That these comments, when it is when you are hearing, you may think it is unrealistic. It is not possible. This type. Sri Krishna is talking about there are people, they have achieved this one, and they have, in the 3rd chapter also he talked about many rishis, many kings, Janakadaya, like kings like Janaka, many people have done. It is not that imaginary things. Sri Krishna says you have to reduce your attachment for the outer comfort. Look for inner enrichment. Yehi Sansparshaja Bhoga.
Yehi Sansparshaja Bhoga.
Dukkha Yonaya. We didn't do this one. Yehi Sansparshaja Bhoga. Dukkha Yonaya. Evate. Adyantavanta Kaunteya Nateshu Ramate Buddha. Buddha means wise. Repeat again. Yehi Sansparshaja Bhoga. Dukkha Yonaya Evate. Adyantavanta Kaunteya Nateshu Ramate Buddha. Buddha means Buddhiman, the illumined mind, wise person. Na Ramate, that person doesn't revel. Adyantavanta Kaunteya, because that person knows there is whatever, however great is the outer things, it has a beginning of the happiness. Whatever gives the happiness now, tomorrow it is ending up as a sorrow. Yehi Sansparshaja Bhoga, that wise person knows whatever is the outer comfort, beginning is good, ending is sad. That is called as Rajasic Sukha. Sri Krishna in the 18th chapter he talks about. Beginning is joy, but end result is sorrow. Wise person doesn't take delight in that one. Sri Krishna says in the 18th chapter, the wise person is the one. Beginning is hard, but end result is happy. That wise person, look for that one. Shaknoti ihaiva yasodum praksharira vimokshanat kamakroda udbhavam vegam sayukta sasukhi naraha Shaknoti haiva yasodum praksharira vimokshanat kamakrododbhavam vegam sayukta sasukhi naraha. Shaknoti, those ihaiva, here itself. When the body, some people they say, if you are not having attachment for the outer comfort, you must be dead. Only the dead people they won't seek the comfort, only the comfort. Shri Krishna says, Shaknoti ihaiva yasodum, the permanence. Ihaiva, it is possible Prak Sharira, when you have the body, physical body, and before the body collapses, it is possible, Kama Krodha Udbhavam Vegam, the force of the desire and anger uproots most. The force of desire and anger uproots most of the people. It is possible to stand tall and face and resist the force of the desire and anger. Otherwise, if you allow that one, it will uproot your personality. See, one who can stand tall against the force of desire, selfish motive, and its son is or the children anger, one who can withstand, Sasuki Naraha Sayukta, that person is really a wise person. Sasuki Naraha, that person is really a happy person. Happy person. This term I have taken up a theme on the happiness. What is happiness sutra? I will be talking on tomorrow, elaborating on this one also. If you want a real happiness, you have to stand tall against the force of the selfish desire, selfish motive and anger. Yo anta sukha antarama tata antarjyoti ye vayah sayogi brahma nirvana brahma bhuto adhigacchati yonta sukhantara rama yonta sukhantara rama yonta sukhantara rama tata antarjyoti ye vayah sayogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhuto adhigacchati. One who see you antararama. However great is your friend circle, however great is the society, you won't by going out, you are not at ease. You antararama, sukho antararama, one who realizes I am most comfortable in my life when I am going within myself. I am most comfortable in my life. Antara Rama. I am Antara Aram. Most comfortable within, not outside, within. One who realizes Sukho Antara Rama Antarjyoti Evayah. So I am basking in the inner light. Inner light, I am reveling within, in the inner light. The inner light, I mentioned that one, it is also called as Vasudeva. I am reveling within, in the light within. Antarjyoti Evayah. Sayogi, that person is a real yogi, not the one only carries the yoga mat and twisting and bending. Shri Krishna doesn't qualify that person as a yogi. Sayogi, one is comfortable within and revels within in the inner light, happy within, eternal companion Lord Vasudeva, a company of inner light. And Sayogi Brahma Nirvanam, Brahma Bhuto Adhigacchati. Brahma Nirvana, Sayogi Brahma, liberated yogi. That person is already a liberated yogi. Brahma Bhuta Adhigacchati. And that person overcomes all the hindrances of the world and attains the highest. Shri Krishna slowly says, revealing us how Karma Yoga helps us to attain the highest. He defines what yoga means, what the quality of a yogi means. And further down, Shri Krishna in this chapter talks about pranayama. He talks about meditation, how to do the meditation. In the 5th chapter, further other shloka comes, qualities of a yogi, he slowly start explaining. Repeat these 3 shlokas we touched upon from 22 to 24. Today we learned, we touched, ye hi sansparshaja bhoga, dukkha yonaya evate, adyantavanta kaunteya, nateshu ramate buddha, shaknoti haiva yassodum, praksharira vimokshanat, kamakrododbhavam vegam, sayukta sasukhi naraha, yonta sukhantara rama, tata antarjyoti evayah, sayogi brahma nirvanam, brahma bhuto digacchati, vasudeva sutam devam, kamsa chanuramardanam, devaki paramanandam, krishnam vande jagadgurum,